What I'm doing right now is just making a new project.
Can you cut this for me?
Yeah. We are going to be creating a credit card, business card for crafting besties.
But I thought you would have cut ours with the red.
And I don't know where those are at. We're going to do both back and front. Here you go.
It's in there.
It's not in there. Here. Go cut your TV on. Okay, so the measurements that I used, I just went to File, New, and creating a new document. This is Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. What I'm going to do is make my dimensions for the business card. It is for the width 3.5 by 2.2, which is already in there because I had started another one. I use these dimensions for the cards that I get from RPO Supplies. They're a sublimation metal business card. Let me see if I can find one. These here, and it is like a thin metal. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and create that. I am going to use their newest logo. I'm going to go ahead and place that inside now. I think it's this one here. Yep. And I'm just going to resize it down. Hold on, my dog is scratching on the screen door. Let me let him in. Okay, so I'm just resizing it down to put it in the top corner of this business card. It's going to be a credit card business card. And the first thing I do when I'm creating this is I come up with the background. I usually pull colors from the logo to create my background. What I'm going to do first is just pull in a square. And I'm going to make it the full size. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do it right up under it. And I'm going to show you why. Okay. So this is my square. I'm going to change that to white. And if I make it a color, I'm going to change you to show you why I'm pulling it down and not doing it the full square. Let me delete this one. Okay, so this is going to go up under that. So if I did it the full square, I didn't remove the background from this, and I'm not going to remove it, but I don't want it to show as that square, so that's why I'm pulling this down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is to this square is create a, let me change it back white. I'm not really good at Photoshop. I'm new to it, so bear with me. But I am going to change this rectangle back to white. Cancel. Okay, this one here. And make it white. There we go. And I am going to go into my blending options and create a gradient overlay. And I'm going to change that color to a purplish color. Like that. Okay. And we can pull it up a little bit, I believe. I don't know. I'm new with this, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And that didn't save. So if you didn't see it the first time, here it goes again. We're gonna go to gradient overlay, click there, and click this little box here to change the color of the black to purple. And just make sure I click my OK so that it is safe. And there we have it. I am gonna leave that as the background for this card. The next thing I do is pull in my logos and my chip. The logos in the chip I just pulled from Google. You can just go to Google, click in chip. Let's do credit card chip. Can't type right now, but it's up there. And be sure to click on images and just find one of the images that you'll like to use, and save it to your computer. You just right click, save image as, and save it. I already have one saved, so what I'm going to do is pull it in, place it, internet designs, and here it is. And I'm going to size that down. And I just size it to how I want it. For this, you can remove the background. Say for instance, if it was down here and you needed to remove the background, you would just go to the background eraser, make sure it's on the magic eraser tool, and just click here so that it erases the background. But since it was white and it was going up into a white space, I didn't really need to, but I'll go ahead and leave it. And we're going to put that there. And what I did not go and find is a Visa logo. And I think I might have one that's pink. I think I want to do pink. Let me see if I have one in here that is already pink. So I'm going to go here to place and just scroll down. I know I got one in here. I'm not sure if it's a pink one. Nope. So what I'll do if I don't have what I need, I just go to Google and click in pink Visa logo PNG. Hey everyone, for anybody that just came on. And click images so it can pull up some images. I don't see what I'm looking for at all. Just scroll down a little bit. So I'll just reword how I typed it in. Visa logo pink. Just put the pink there. I don't know why my caps lock on. It's still not pulling up anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a white, which I already know I don't. And what we're gonna do is just grab one of these Visa logos, this white. This one will work. What I'm gonna do is just save this image. I'll put it in a folder. I organize all my folders so that I know what they are, where to find anything. And I don't want that saved to desktop. Okay, and it has these little checkers around it. It makes it look like it's PNG, but it's not really PNG. You'll know if it's PNG because once you click on it, it'll be black first, and then it'll turn into these checkers. But since the checker is already up there, I know I need to remove that background. So I'm gonna go to remove BG. I am using Adobe Photoshop. I'm sorry, I haven't been looking at my comments, but I'm using Adobe Photoshop. Upload the image here. And that should have removed the background. So I'm gonna re-download that. Go back to Photoshop, File, Place, and pull it in. It's gonna be in my downloads now. And it didn't remove all of the background, so we're gonna take that out, just delete it, and go find another. And this is just the easier way of doing it, just finding a Visa logo. There we go. That's a PNG. You see how it turned black first? I mean, you can see that it's black. And when I click on it, it removes the background. That means that it's a accurate PNG that I can use. So I'm going to go ahead and download this one and see if that'll work. And go ahead and name it the same thing. And it's a PNG, so it's going to save differently. Now let's go back to Photoshop, File, Place, and grab that one. There we go. Okay, size this down and get it in the corner. And Crafting Best is more so pink and purple. So what I'm going to do is go in and give this Visa a stroke of the color pink. And let's get some credit card numbers on here. So I just clicked text. And what I'm going to do is just type in 4 random numbers. I mean, not 4. 16 random numbers. Space them out as they would be on a credit card. I'm going to highlight that and change the color of it. Let's see how it'll look pink. And I just go through and do trial and error and look at certain things, the way that their color is, try and pull the colors from out the logo. You can actually just click on the logo and it'll change it that color, or click on this color pink here and it'll change the color. That's some things I just found working with Photoshop. I'm completely new to it, but I'm learning it kind of fast. Let's go with a little darker pink. Okay, so we're gonna leave it like that. And then while it's highlighted, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a more presentable credit card look. I think that should be okay. Just want to size it how you want, any kind of way you want. What I'm gonna do is grab it and grab my rectangle here. Let me place that, and then click align so that it's centered. So there we have that. Next, you'll want to go ahead and put in a name for the credit card here. So I'll go back to text, grab a text box, and put in a name. Forgive me if I'm spelling any names wrong. I can change it later. But right now, we're just doing this live. I'm going to highlight that. Why is Sasha cap? I know why it's 2 different fonts being used when I switched that in. So we're going to do this and go and change the font. And you can pick any font you want. I usually try and pick like a little cursive font, something to go down here for the name. text. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and size that down. I don't think I'm feeling this font, so I'm gonna go back and pick another. That look better. Okay, and the last thing I want to put on this front, because we're just doing a basic, I'm gonna put the expiration. So let's grab another text box and 12-28, I don't know. Let's open that up because it didn't find the whole thing. Okay, and I'm also change the font of this to make it more presentable, like a credit card. And then we'll be finished with the front, and I'll show you how I keep everything on all of my background and just flip it so that it be on the back side. Let's size this down. And it can go about right there. Let's see. To add a little color and make the front of this card pop, we can go to our blending options here and maybe put a stroke on the name. Change that color to purple, like a deep dark purple, like that. These are just some things that I learned from Suzanne watching one of her videos. We can add a drop shadow. You can see what that does. It's changing like the shadow behind the name. Some great tools when using Photoshop, and that's why I really like it. So that'll complete the front of the design. So what I do to go ahead and do the back of the design is I will close out everything that I don't need. Well, just like click the little eye on the side of it and it's gonna hide everything that you don't need. So that's what I'm doing, and I don't need any of that. So, well, first of all, let me go ahead and keep all of it up. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. So we're gonna pull that up and we're gonna save this. And I'm gonna make it crafting besties business card dash front. Okay, now we can hide everything, and then we're gonna go and save as and make it crafting besties business card, and we're going to erase the front and put back. So now this is the back of the card, and I can go to File, Open. I don't know where I saved it to. Let's see. It's an internet design. So File, Open. Here it is. Nope. Crafting Besties front. So that's the front. Now we got the front and the back of the card. So on the back, the first thing I do is create the little stripe. So I'm going to grab a rectangle again and just kind of put it to the edge and drag it across. And we're going to change the color of that to black. And there we have it. That's our stripe. If you need to, like if you make it too big or too small, you can go up or down to make it however thickness you would like for it to be. I'm going to drag it up a little bit. And there we have it. This is the back of the card for anybody just now joining. Back card, we've already done the front. This is the front. It's been created. So some of the things that I like to put on the back of the card is like the Facebook page name, if you have a page, your website, your Instagram tags, anything of that nature can go on the back of this business card. So the first thing I'm going to put on here is their website. So we're going to create a text box, and it is www.craftingbesties.com. Size that up so it's on here. Make sure I spelled it correctly. And let's change the font of it. Let's see. That's fine. I'll go with that. I don't know why I like to make these boxes fit the words, but it makes it easier when I'm lining things up and aligning the actual wording and with the background or the shapes like I'm finna do here. So I take this, I'm gonna put the website right up here. Might have to make it fit. I like that. And you can actually make that pop as well. Go to your blending options and give it stroke, inner glow, something like that. The drop shadow again, outer glow. It's just different things that you can do in Photoshop to make your pictures, wording, and stuff like that pop. So we're gonna leave that up there. Another thing I like to place on the back, which is the signature box. So we're gonna grab another rectangle, and it's already white. I'm gonna give this box a stroke so that it stands out. And then we're going to add the signatures. And I'm just going to put the names again. And I'm going to change this to look more like a signature. I have a font that I usually use, and it's not that one, for the signature. Is it Sunshine? No, it's not. It's a little bit more fancier. But you can choose whatever font you want when creating these cards. I'm just going to choose one. Okay, and then we're going to size this down and put it inside the box. Signatures are usually black, so we can change the color of the font to black if you want. I normally still keep up with the colors that I'm using. And then for adding my Facebook and Instagram tags, I usually just pull in a logo, and you can do that by just going to Google and finding some images. I think I have some I might want to use. Let me see. File, place. We can go with these purples. We got this Instagram one. And I just size it down. And I believe that their Facebook and Instagram tag is exactly the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull in the Facebook one as well. We're going to do this purple one. And kind of get them about the same size. I'm going to highlight both of them. And make sure they're lined up. So I'm going to line to the bottom. And I can move it around how I want. And then what I'm going to do is just put their tag. I'm gonna grab another text box, and I'm just gonna use the basic Crafting Besties. I know it's really long with the sublimation and all of that added to it, but we're just doing a tutorial, so I'm just gonna use Crafting Besties. Go back and change the color of that, add in some colors to make it match. What? Huh? It's coming Tuesday.
Tuesday, what's today?
Saturday. So we're gonna pull this over here and
that's even later than what it said. It said it was gonna come tomorrow.
It
said
26.
okay.
Or did it say 18?
Okay. So we can add some color to the back as well. For this strip, I'll go ahead. London, leave Logan alone. For this rectangle, I'm gonna, not this one. This one here, I'm gonna add a stroke to it as well. Let's make it pink. And we're finished. I'm just adding some color to it, making it pop. As I call it, this Facebook. We can do the same to that, just to add some color. And then the Instagram.
Mama?
Yes.
Mama, guys,
you can have it.
It's more still up there?
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm just playing around with it right now and seeing what we can do to add some more color. This is what I normally do when I'm creating things in Photoshop, just learning different stuff I can do with it, playing around with buttons. But we're pretty much done. One last thing that I do, Adobe Photoshop is what I'm using. Yes, I'll save the video. I'm sorry, I was not looking at any of these comments. And I'm not sure if it can be done in Word. It can. I'm sure it. Here's the thing. I'm sure it can be done in Word, but like some of the extra things as far as like creating the strokes and the drop shadow, anything in this blending options, I'm not sure whether it can be done in Microsoft Word. One thing I have started to do is create templates for using to make the cards, but my templates are Photoshop PSD files, so you would still have to have Photoshop in order to. Now I can make a bland template to where you can just add in wording on Microsoft Word, if that's something that anybody would like, and it would just be like a PNG file. You can just comment, and it's something that I can create and probably get some listed. So this is pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and save this one. So we got the back of the card and we have the front of the card. And one last thing I want to show you, something that I do is I create a mock for it. And I'm going to do that by saving each one of these as a PNG. So save as and make it a PNG. And then we're going to go to the front, save as, and make that a PNG. And then I have a template that I have for this mock. Let me pull it up. Open. I'm not sure where it's at, but I'll find it. There we go. So it's just the background. I pulled this background, I believe, off of Google, and I just upload the images here. So place internet designs, and I got the cards here. So this one will go in, and you just size it how you want, and I'll post this in the group. And then file and pull the other one in, the front. And you can leave it like that. What I normally do is I just kind of twist it a little bit. Kind of get it sized to look like a credit card. And you can change or use a different background for the mock. This one really don't go with this card, but there you have it. And I'll just go in and save this as a PNG. All right, so there you have it. We created a business card for Crafting Besties. This is the front, this is the back, and it's the credit card business card, and then we did a mock for it. You can always leave your questions down below in the comments. I'll answer any questions that I can answer. Like I said, I'm new to Photoshop, so it's not a lot that I can do. Yes, I do print this with sublimation. I just did one of my own, and I'm about to press them today. Let me see if I can find it. This one here, this is mine. I got a new logo, and this is my new business card for my logo. So I did the front and the back. Okay, so go ahead and like my video, share it, go back and watch it again and learn Adobe Photoshop. It's pretty simple. You just gotta work with it. Once again, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. Thanks.